What's up, guys? Just trying to start too, man. We need to talk about Gary freaking Oak. I think it's cool whenever stuff like this happens in the anime, and it only happens once in a blue moon. Gary is returning to the anime. This dude hasn't been spotted since Gen 4 when he popped up with the freaking Electivire. Now hold up, let me get you up to speed. So pretty much for the anime, a trailer came out for what's gonna happen in the near future, and it starts off introducing this group called Project Me. It's these two individuals. Dude on the left is called Tsurugi. He's got an Urshifu on his team. Don't ask why. And the girl on the right is Asahi. The new season of Pokemon's anime after Lola and the weird animation is that Ash is going everywhere, and the main thing is they're hunting down Mew. They want to find where Mew is in the region. This obviously goes hand in hand with that, but we don't know if these dudes are good or not. And they're color coded to be opposite colors. They stand out. You could see these guys as bad people. For first off, to have an Urshifu, you have to be... How do you get your hands on an Urshifu in the anime? Don't that mean you have to go through the dojo? Or else it's gonna be a kung fu? Forget about it. Obviously, the way they look right now, they don't look like bad people, but I don't know what reason there would be to introduce this research group called Project Mew or Hunting Mew, when Mew is the purpose of the show. Ash is going around everywhere searching for Mew. And if you wanted to introduce a squad, like a group of people who are also hunting down Mew, that would just be Team Rocket. But if they're introducing these people, this is pretty interesting. It's the least interesting of many things to come, though. We have the trailer here, so I'm gonna show you guys the trailer. This is gonna be sick. So, in addition to that, while this new group called Project Mew is coming down and they're gonna search for Mew, Professor Oak is gonna be on the phone telling Ash and Go, which if you don't know, it's his little buddy for this season. There's three people. It's this dude, and this girl. They're their little anime trio. Actually, no, I think his name is Brock and this is Misty. I might be wrong. So Oak's gonna tell these dudes about Project Mew. He's like, yo, there's this group called Project Mew, a research group. They're hunting for Mew, and they're looking for recruits. Ash, go join them. These dudes look like they've gone through some rigorous training, and Ash is gonna pop up with these flimsy ass arms. So before I continue, with the Pokemon series right now, what it is what it's always been is episodic. A plot happens in the episode and it concludes at the end of the episode. That's kind of how it keeps the series strong. They rarely move towards a bigger plot. For example, Pokemon XYZ, that was like the most shonen anime-like thing that's ever happened, with Mega Evolution, Ash getting this synchronized form with Greninja. The opening even sounded like some Naruto opening. Obviously, that Ash and Greninja is the strongest Ash has been. I would tie it with Ash and Peak Charizard. Some of the most mainstream things you could possibly say. So anyhow, with the direction I'm seeing going on right now, I think we might get another arc towards something grand happening. Because you remember how Pokemon XYZ ended? Like, Sandra went crazy, Zyger went crazy, it turns the most climactic thing ever. So anyhow, I lied. Oka's not talking to Ash and Go on the phone. He's going in person. Ash goes to Oak's lab in person, and you know who he sees there? He sees his freaking Infernape from Diamond and Pearl days. And while he goes to see the Infernape, he's gonna bump into someone. But this Infernape was a Chimchar that belonged to Paul. Let me tell you the story if you remember this. So Paul has this Chimchar. He sees it actually before he catches it, and it's getting chased by these Pokemon. And then this wild Chimchar gets so overwhelmed that it uses this strong ass flame wheel. And Paul's like, I want that. Paul sees some profit in this. He catches the Chimchar, and Chimchar cannot reproduce the results because this man was under pressure. He sucks in Paul's eyes. He never can fight again properly. So Paul tries to subject Chimchar to the same situations, and Chimchar just ends up getting traumatized until Paul just releases it. And then freaking Ash steals it. That's my dog. Robs the Charmander, robs the Chimchar.
Wake it up with thunder.
Hey, Chimchar, come with us!
So yeah, that thing evolves into a Infernape while with Ash, and that is one of Ash's sickest Pokemon. He's there. Ash is gonna see his freaking Infernape again. Anyhow, so the dude Ash bumps into there is this dude who also came to Oak's lab because he has information on one of the legendary Kanto bird Pokemon. He bumps into Gary. That's Gary here in the lab. Ash and Gary gonna meet. This is insane. I don't know if you understand this in your bones, but Gary and Ash are two sides of the same coin. Anything Ash can do, Gary can do. Am I wrong for saying this? Come. It just so happens that Gary took the route of becoming a professor, and coincidentally, he's gonna see them all or catch them all that way. And it's more in his blood to be like his grandpa and be a professor. But don't mean he can't fight. Meanwhile, Ash is gonna catch them all by traveling the world instead. But Gary's still traveling the world. He's just doing it as a professor. Ash is doing it as a free dude. Now fam, Gary's free too. Bro, in fact, if anything, Gary is better than Ash because Ash is just a Pokemon trainer. Gary is a Pokemon trainer and a professor. Listen, shut up. I'm gassed, okay? We haven't seen this dude in 7 millennium. After we finished with Gary in the anime and we never saw him again in Diamond and Pearl, in the anime of Diamond and Pearl, while Ash was butting heads with Paul and Sinnoh, Gary popped up like 15 years ago with professor clothes and an Electivire, and he was just chilling. Imagine having some strong ass Pokemon and you don't even care to fight anymore. You're just researching Pokemon. I'm telling you, Gary and Ash are two sides of the same coin. We all know Ash is champion tier if he's not fighting like an idiot. If he was serious, like if someone pissed Ash off, I know they reset his power, but if someone pissed him off, he can beat anyone. And as he is the Alola champion, Gary is that strong too. In fact, until Ash uncovered how Gary got those 2 secret badges, Ash got some eternal homework for life. All I'm saying is this is wild. So while Pokemon is episodic in each of its sagas, and really they don't mention previous things that have happened because that's against the nature of how you're supposed to write shows that are episodic like this. But you know, something that they have done is recently Alola has been teasing revisiting old things. So like for example, when Ash was in Alola, he got attacked by a herd of Tauros and he tells Lily, hey dude, I caught a couple of these. Even though it was a banned episode, but it still happened. And Ash teases his past and that things have actually happened that he knows. So yeah, it's a common feeling that with new sagas, the previous sagas will become barely mentioned or never mentioned at all. But this new saga seems to be the first thing ever opening the sales a bit. Because Ash is free to travel wherever he wants. That's why he's going to Kanto right now. Man, I don't even know if Gary gonna make fun of Ash when he sees him. Or be that level-headed professor we saw in Diamond and Pearl. I want Gary to make fun of Ash, yo. They definitely do the characters justice. I know it's been like 20 years since Misty and Brock were in the anime. But they did them justice. So for example, another thing Alola teased was he took his planes on a friend to Kanto before COVID. And we got to see Misty and Brock again in Alola graphics. It's freaking weird how we see the anime in the lens of a certain view with each season. Like Ash looks like a goof in Alola. We get to see Misty and Brock again. Brock has a Mega Steelix. Misty has a Mega Gyarados. They're strong as crap. They're stacked. But the best thing is when it came down to how Misty and Brock spoke, they spoke as if it was literally them. They spoke exactly the way they should. And they said exactly what they should have. So Ash is hyping up to his Alola friends that he's got all the Kanto badges, and this is when Misty and Brock are like, hold up.
You won all the badges from the Kanto region, didn't you, Ash?
Sure did! Huh? You can win 8 badges and I won them all!
In my case, I gave him a badge out of pity.
Say, that story has a familiar ring.
Hey, Ash, what's that supposed to mean?
It's true. He never beat Brock and Misty. They gave it to him. So when they revisit older things, 1, they stay true to the characters, and 2, they can't forget what's actually happened. They didn't forget that Ash never actually beat Misty and Brock. The writers know what happened in the 20 years of Pokemon. They remember all the small things. So all I'm saying is Gary popping up again is gonna be sick. I check out the anime from time to time, but when this happens, I'm definitely gonna be following it. I have a feeling this could lead up to a similar kind of actual arc, like how Pokemon X, Y, and Z did with Gary and old dudes from Kanto, as well as this whole Project Mew thing. Obviously, man, I can't even show this, can I? Freaking Mew, man. Ooh, you hear that? The gym leader theme? Oh shoot! Hey, look! It's Oak's lab! This is it! Man, at the run up to right here. Ash's mom dropped off his underwear. Ain't that it? Ain't right here Ash's mom drop off his boxers in front of Misty, in front of Gary's face, embarrassed him in front of all the ladies beside Gary. These dudes have got stills of Mew. How would you actually capture this? Do you realize this is a pretty good sequel to the start of Pokemon with Mewtwo and stuff, because Mew was so undetectable. They can never get photos like these of Mew. That they found this ancient thing that Mew touched, the little fossil that they call of Mew, and they cloned it. If they got a photo that Mew still exists today, then again, they do see Mew later when he's fighting Mewtwo. Alright, look at this girl. Now actually, instead of her being bad, this could be like Ash joining the Rangers. That doesn't sound fun, does it? Ash joining some madmen who are hunting down legendaries, you know? We get that for a couple episodes while it's leading up to something. Oh! Hey, so hold up. These dudes got the mining gear from the Crown Tundra. Where the hell are you headed? Yo, they joined Project Mew. They join. I call them bad. He's already joining them. He's joined them. He's taking a flying helicopter. He's got the Crown Tundra uniform. What's up, Gary? Where's your professor clothes? Yo.
頑張りたまえしげる初めて見るポケモンだ行くぞ失格
Where did you find a Regice? This man found a Regice in somewhere, Crown Tundra. Or she was something like JoJo. Man, I'm excited about this. Even if it's a one-off thing. Even if this turns into nothing. Anyhow, let's sum it up with just a quick photo. 2 photos. This is the first photo. What's going on? You see, look, that's the elective I spoke about. Why is Gary traveling with us? This is wild. I just finished saying that, yo, he took the professor out. He might chill with us for a bit. They got Gary with the elective art. Why are you chilling with your Infernape? That's yours. Because it is yours. And dude got a Cinderace, man. I don't know how you got that. Now that's a fight I need to see. Ash and that Infernape that he stole from Paul. It's a Chimchar. He earned it. Versus that Electivire. Gary looked like he started New Game Plus. One more photo. You ready for this? This is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Oh my god. Dude. They didn't just mention them. They're all here. Remember the episodes with little Corfish? Little Haircross eating the Venusaur's nectar as if it's a plant? The crocodile with the Squirtle Squad sunglasses. Man. Charcific Valley Charizard. This is a legendary Pokemon right here. This ain't a Charizard. This is a legendary Pokemon. The Donphan. His Snorlax! Dude lost the weight. The sad this is crazy, first of all. This is crazy. Obviously, I don't think he's taking these dudes. Because if he took these dudes, the game's over. Ash almost has to weaken himself. If you think about it, he chooses to. He won't say it in the show, but he chooses to weaken himself. So that's why he only taking the Infernape with him. Imagine going into your PC, having all these stacked mans, just grabbing one, and doing the whole arc with that, which is his Infernape. Now, he got his Charizard here. This is a legendary Pokemon. It took down freaking Articuno. But there are a few sad tears have to be shed here. One, the Pidgeot. It's not here. Because the Pidgeot's guarding Viridian Forest. He released it. The Butterfree. The freaking Primeape that wears his hat is training in the dojo. The Squirtle squatting with Officer Jenny. Saving fires. Don't worry, we got the Crocodile squad. Man, this is sick. This one frame, it tells so much. Like I was saying earlier, it tells that no matter what's happening in Pokemon, these writers, the people who are making the anime, they're the biggest fans of Pokemon. They know every small fact about Pokemon that they can do this. Someone new can't do this in Pokemon. They have to know everything. Like the fact that they didn't include any of the released Pokemon I mentioned. Everything matters. It takes way too much effort to remember the continuity they built up with this and revisit something old. Then just keep spamming out new and new things. So this is sick. That's all the photos we got. But I think there's gonna be a whole Project Mew arc. Is it really gonna be a squad of this dumbass Ash and Gary? Man, that's a couple episodes you have to watch. You have to see what they build up. Damn, his Haunters with Sabrina. He need to go get that on. That's crazy. And yeah, that's just the gist of what I'm saying here. Them revisiting something old is freaking sick. And it takes passion because they're not making any extra money by introducing this arc that's about to start. I'm gonna assume it's an arc. Nothing's confirmed, but Project Mew, he gets recruited, freaking Gary's back. This ain't gonna be a one episode thing. They're not making any more money revisiting old things like this. They're having some fun. Some dude with the North Sheep was beating up a Regice. Gary's here because he learned something about Moltres. There's gonna be some fun story told here. But if they start a trend where they do episodic things, and then they do like a 10 episode arc, and then go back to episodic stuff for like 15 episodes, I don't know what's synonym for episodic, and go back and forth, dude, this man looks like he gives no cares in the world. Now that's a fat Electivire. That's a regional Electivire with Gluttony. Man, where's the Sceptile? Y'all remember when he evolved a Sceptile and he couldn't fight? Like he got too strong, he couldn't figure out what to do? He's so stacked. Who is this kid who owns all these Pokemon? I'm telling you, Ash is stacked. When that movie comes on, we learn about Ash's dad or grandpa. That's gonna be sick. I hope they have some fun in this arc. Anyhow, guys, we haven't seen Gary in like 15 years. He's back. I think he's part of the squad for a few episodes. And Ash got to see all of his old Pokemon. And he stole his Infernape out of the PC and he's hanging out. This is some crap. I'll get you a freaking Brilliant Diamond video if you want one so bad. I'll see y'all. Peace.
This the sound of my alchemy, the greatest success. stress for all those who fell for me. I always respect the friends who wish well for me, and live it till the end and die. All time will tell for me, but I ain't going anywhere, believe me.